And we are live. Hello, everybody. It is December 30th, 10:18 p.m., closing in on the last day of 2018. I was doing some things here, getting ready for New Year's, and I was listening in on Dave the Fisherman's. Hello, Robin. Chat this evening. The title, Should Dave the Fisherman Stop By and see Rosie? I was going to go up on his panel, but he's decided he's probably just going to have a short one tonight, which is fine, and not have me on. But there were some things said that are, I'm not going to say they're not entirely accurate with some of the things that were said. And hello, everybody on the side chat. Nice to see you, Vegas Vixen. And I want to get down with the new year coming. I want to clear the air. The first thing I want to say, hey, Lori, is I welcome anybody to the Rancho, but I'm surprised that Dave, he's surprised that he's blocked on my channel by Dave. Dave and Becca blocked by Greg, And I'm surprised at things that Dave takes in that he believes that people tell him. Like if he showed up at the Rancho, that the door would be slammed in my face. I don't know if it's true or not. But I do know from thank you, Vegas Vixen, hey coaches, but I do know that there's nobody I've ever turned away from the Rancho. There's nobody I've ever cut and run from. But let's face it, the last year has been quite a rocky one, Dave. And I've alternatively disliked you intensely in the beginning in late 2017 and into 2018. We became friendly and had a pretty good friendship, but things were rugged up and down, all through the year with attacks and pretty heavy duty trolling and some pretty serious things happen. People with job losses and people attacks and just really vicious stuff, threats. And there were things that were heard. When you had that guy Jasmine Francis on your hangout that time. Some pretty crazy stuff. Now, how do you separate what to worry about and what not to worry about? But in the face of all that, in the face of all that crap that came down during the year, and we were pretty friendly and things, there comes the point of you're going to go on travels and a trip. And I told you at the beginning, and I tell you once again, thank you, TLA, that anybody is welcome here that visits the Rancho. But there's a lot of things that have gone on, and there's a lot of stress that is wrapped in that visit. Not only am I getting ready for surgery, but now Missy Jenn has to get surgery, and hers is an important surgery because she's in a lot of discomfort right now. But we're still perfectly willing to meet anybody that comes here and meets us. Okay? And my text messages, I'm not going to bother reading them here. I'm just saying my text messages to you made that perfectly clear. That I'm able to separate what goes on with the chat and what goes on with meeting people in real life. And that's the reality of things here. And that's the thing I want to stress to you and to anybody else out there. I can't sit here and go through threats of what's real, what really happened or what did, and what was said to people's grandmas or called people's grandma. YouTube is a court it's not a court of law, it's a court of association. And I'm not going to sit here and have a hangout and try to go over who said what and whether it's factual or not, because to tell you the truth, I've heard a lot of BS in a lot of places for the whole year. The amount of financial support that I was given, and we had pretty good back and forth with an exchange of gifts and things, and I feel happy. I don't feel unhappy. about having known you and been on hangouts with you. It's just a lot of bad stuff came down in 2018, and a lot of misery got meted out to a lot of different people. You know, people put on bad websites and things, and I was damn glad to finally have pushed that stuff aside. But still, I would open my door and be glad to meet anybody. So I want to make that perfectly clear. There's nothing that you could extract from my communications that would ever make you believe otherwise, much less go on the air and say that. You know, and it just opens up another opportunity for trolls to come on and just say, oh, it's, you know, it's just about views and clicks. I could give a damn about it. Okay. I just produce content and go forward every day. If people like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't. But what I rarely do is what I'm doing tonight, and open up a hangout to directly address a topic, because usually I'm just doing fun things, fun streams, and the things that I enjoy doing. And if people follow it, they follow it. But I'm not going to get a hangout, start a hangout, and then just address somebody and just let it turn into an attack point. Yeah, thank you, Joey D. I appreciate that. So I'm just trying to make sure you know I'm in a very difficult situation when it comes to doing, hey, Sugarcane, nice to see you. There you go, Megan Fox. I'm in a difficult situation when it comes to doing chats. See, my problem is my associations on YouTube are very, very, hey, Cindy, are extremely deep rooted here. Extremely deep rooted. You know, to wit, Ellie, I'm coming up on my 6-year anniversary on YouTube. Ellie's been with me week 1 on the channel. Greg Campbell, when I started doing hangouts and hosting them, Greg Campbell was, after Aaron the Bagel Maker, Greg Campbell became my mod and suffered through my bullshit for years and the shit shows that I had, and still stood by my side and said, Rosie, you know, sometimes you're the biggest a-hole on planet Earth, but I love you and you're a friend of mine, and it's ride or die. And Cooper has been exactly the same way. Ride or die. Now, he's a minx and he's done some of his own crazy stuff. But I'll tell you, you mess at Cooper at your own peril, you know, and people that threaten this, that, or the other. If he opens the door, you're going to see a really big, well-built guy who's not going to mess around, okay? A guy in tip-top shape. These people have been with me for years, Nicole Green, other ones. So Dave comes along in 2017, 2018. We become friendly. I host chats and things. I try to have an open chat platform. But at the end of the day, if you ask somebody to be a moderator for you, you have to give them the right to moderate the channel. And if Greg had come to the decision that it becomes a lightning rod for controversy, and it takes away from the positive, fun things on the chat, Greg made the decision to just nip that off and just not do it. And conversely, it's fine if I'm not on your panel. I wanted to come on tonight just to kind of explain myself and just say that no matter what happens on YouTube, the social media platform, I'm always welcome to have people come and visit me here. Hey, New York Cat, I hope from the bottom of my heart that in 2019 that we can all have together and have hangouts and have fun without people getting ripped to shreds. and people threatening to dox people and people's jobs and things like that. A lot of people have been really badly hurt. You know, and as much as you say, you know, the pork chops on the panel and stuff, and it's a shit show, it's pretty well controlled when I have them on there. And I don't have to worry about really serious stuff coming down, you know, because he has boundaries that he has known boundaries to me of his craziness. That's contained in boundaries that I understand. And Dave, to be honest, I still don't know you that well. I know you through chats. I've not met you in real life and looked at you eye to eye. But would I shy away from that? Would I run away from that? No, there's not a chance in the world that I would do that. And I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm just saying it's all good. I mean, one thing I know for a fact is if Dave came here, there wouldn't be any controversy. There wouldn't be any yelling, screaming. You know, I'm sure Dave has been raised and is a gentleman, and the people that he's met in the community that so far in his travels. So I'm not worried about things going south or things going crazy, but you do need to be, hey Jojo, you do need to understand that the chat is a different place. Now there may be Carl, I didn't hear a threat tonight. There may be a time that things get better on the chats, and I hope it does. Rosa, thank you, RV King. Nice to see you, Vanessa. I got no problem with Dave coming here. I just had a problem with some of the stuff that came down in 2017, and I pushed past that. And then we moved into 2018. We had a difference in what people should be able to do within the confines of the freedoms of this country and on YouTube. So I just, in a way, why would I want to be in that swirl? And there's already a price to be paid anyway if you come to visit with my friends, you know, for wondering why I would open the door to somebody that they claim has caused problems for them. But still, I'm willing to open my door and meet anybody that comes to see me, and hopefully things can be better. I don't know what that means, Santa Claus. Yeah, well, you know, it's a community that you want to try to see people get along, and honestly, once Dave, I mean, you know, Dave acts like it's a major thing that he accepts me because of my gender, you know, being trans, being third gender here, and it's not something that I don't ask people to accept that. I'm the first one to tell you if it conflicts with what you believe or what you do, it's fine. I'm not asking for anybody's understanding, or you know, you know, I owe them a little more because they've looked past that and accepted that. Okay, I mean, I've looked beyond some of the craziness that you've done yourself to be welcoming and open and not to ever go on Hangouts. And I've never scored anybody on Hangouts, and I never would. Yeah, 2018 has been quite the year. Be glad to put the bow on it and send it off. That's exactly the way I feel. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's like Boyd Biz. We will, Janelle, I'm sure, but I don't want Dave to feel like he has to stretch out, because it seems like, you know, it's a long trip. He's going to be meeting JoJo in Southern California down there, and wants to go to Beverly Hills and do some other things. And I'm saying we're 400 miles, 420 miles north of there. And I'm just saying, we welcome anybody to come, but just recognize that YouTube is YouTube, and people like Greg, people like Cooper, people like Ellie, they're people with very deep roots in my heart and in what I do online. And I would hate to do anything to jeopardize their friendship, because they've stood by me and been my friend through a lot of the crazy stuff that I have done. And I'm not willing to overthrow those friendships for that. So for that reason, when Greg decided to block you on the chats, we did text. That was Christmas. We did text a little bit back and forth. You seem to understand that. So I don't want to have an undertone of dislike between us. So it would probably be better if you decided not to come. It would be fine, because I don't want to be somebody that just has a surface like, and then underneath it's grudging acceptance of me or my friends, or you're mad about the things that happened about being blocked out, which is your right to be that way. It's fine, Michelle. I don't let people talk down about Dave in my chats either, okay? And I've asked people to not do that, because I don't honestly want Dave to be the focal point of my chat. This is why I've gone in new directions. Yeah, see, New York Cat, I don't know that, because I've chosen not to get involved in that stuff, and not to be involved in the drama, and just try to be nice to everybody on here. And that's been the bottom line. But sometimes it reaches a point where it just gets so stressed and so stretched out that it becomes extremely uncomfortable. And I think we might have reached that point. I don't want anybody coming up here unless they're happy to come here and are going to be happy, and because that's the way I am when we meet people here. Hello, Jody. Nice to see you. I'm not going to judge. I've seen stuff done on all sides. I've seen things done on all sides. But I just made the decision myself not to get involved in that. But I'm not going to throw over my friends of many years here, especially somebody who's kind enough to moderate my chat for years, which is the worst chat stream on YouTube. And I recognize that. And he's willing to continue to do that. So, hello, Jack. Nice to see you, and Happy New Year to you and Lisa. I really do hope that things change for 2019. I really do. I mean, at one time, you were almost heroic in stature with the stuff about Elvis, and things just degraded from there, sadly, for a lot of people that were involved. And I always kind of thanked my stars that I never got into the heavy duty deep end of all that misery, because all it did was result in a lot of tears and a lot of pain and a lot of anguish for a lot of people here on the bottom of YouTube. And I was just really glad, I got plenty with my hands full here, with Missy Jenn, and was grateful that I never had to get into that. And my friends were kind enough to, give me that tether to say, you do what you want to do. But remember, at the end of the day, we like to chat too. And we like to have the chat a certain way. So as much as people like Elvis and Bergs come on, yeah, they get the boot too. And they get the boot often on the chat. So it's not a common thing to have someone successfully sit on your panel for a little while. I understand that, New York Cat. We do have that difference of opinion. My opinion is just let people be people and do their own thing. So I don't really take time to comment on it or to be involved, especially when it's what people do in their own private lives. I just don't feel like it's any of my business. Yeah, it's a new year coming up. I appreciate that, Vegas Vixen. Yeah, because we've been down a few roads ourselves, Lori, with Rory, with friendships that cut several different ways on here. Nicole, you go to bed, okay? So I'm gonna get something to drink. I'll be right back. You just heard the beef. It's Elvis. Please don't boot me. Hey, Cha-Cha. Debbie Davis. Hey, Monica. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. You know, Vegas Vixen, we can still be friendly even though we don't have all the same mutual friends. Yeah, I understand that, Greg. We were just talking about was listening tonight, and Dave was mentioning about getting the boot and the block off of the channel. And I just tried to explain the rationale for that without trashing anybody, and just saying that my mod is my mod and I have to stand with my mod. You know, I've asked Dave on occasion, I've asked Greg on occasion, and you know, my friends do show a lot of forbearance, and they're not, you know, they don't flippy flop. You know, they're not, you know, heading for the hills and running one day and then coming back the next. They pretty much stand their grounds on things. Hello, Sean. So that really is my bottom line. Yeah, so Greg said, hey, if I think anyone, no matter who they are, is going to bring you stress, I will kick them. Hello, Drew. And that's it. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine, Nicole. I just wanted to answer Dave. I was going to go on his panel tonight, but he was doing a shorty, which I understand. He's traveling. It's a long trip. Dave's not in good health. This I definitely believe. And, you know, I just wanted a chance to respond to this because evidently people were telling Dave that some people were telling Dave that I said I would slam the door in his face if he ever showed up here. And it's not true. And anybody that knows me knows that's not true. You know, I'm a very sociable person, and I do say prayers for 2019 that the toothpaste can get put back in the tube and that people can be friends, because I enjoyed all the different chats that I went on, and I had some epically good chats with Dave and really, really fun times on some of those chats. So, yeah, happy belated birthday, Holly. No, Carlos, I don't go searching that out over there. I think that's the difference. I mean, I don't pursue going to look at, I don't want to look at that stuff. I don't have any, you know, purient interest in seeing those pictures. Well, Jeff says we all ran over with our pens and I missed it. No, Jeff, my hangouts stay up. Yeah, and I'm saying I've had a lot of conversations with, you know, some of my good friends from long standing for years that are not happy about some of the choices I made, but they stand by me as friends, and I really appreciate that. Thank you, Megan. So you know, I hope there's a day when everybody can get along, but as far as the immediate future goes, it's fine. If you want to meet, we'll meet. So we need to respect our differences to get along. That's exactly right, Francis. I just like to be truthful and factual about things. I don't like to stretch things out and use hyperbole and things like that. We can break bread with a person, but we don't have to agree with. So, there we go, Nicole. Thank you, Raven. I appreciate that, honey. I think we're going to have a hangout tomorrow night for New Year's Eve, get our sparkly dress on and have a hangout. I'm going to be making some raviolis tomorrow afternoon for eating on New Year's Day. So, yes, you do, Leanne. Yes, you're fine. You know, I appreciate that, Sean. You've been a wonderful friend. It's just my friends really don't want to be involved in controversy and don't want to be involved in uh, you know, stalking and activities like that. It's just not something that, you know, it's an uncomfortable for me. I don't care. You know, I'm a very public person, but for other people, their privacy, their home is their castle. They feel different about, feel different. Me, I'm wide open and would welcome anybody. No, I'm very familiar with Dave's head. You know, it's not that scary to me. So that's it. I don't think Becca's. You know, you know, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Things get contorted and distorted on YouTube for a reason. Like I said, there's been a lot of bad things. You know, we've got. There's two sides to every story. You know, there's the EBS side, the Jack Sparrow side, there's the Dave side. There's a lot of sides to different stories. I mean, what happened to Deb the RN? Where did she disappear to? After years of being a great friend, where did she suddenly got plucked off of Planet YouTube? Hello, Mama Beth. Nice to see you. Happy New Year to you, too. Okay, get your day going, Nicole. You take care, sweetie. But I've seen pictures of Becca meeting and you know, meeting that people have sent me, and you know, she's very pretty face, and you just have to, you know, the reality of what people want to paint is something else. So I'm just being honest about things. It's not as dire as people the stuff that people say. Yeah, that's fine, Greg. Like I say, to be my moderator is the worst thing in the world, and I've always said that. We've always said that, Greg. You know, but like I say, we had a slight parting of the ways that night. I personally would not have booted Dave and Becca, but you decided for the good of the chat stream that we just wouldn't go down that road of being trolled because of it, and it was understandable. Dr. Spew. Yeah, I'm just saying. I mean, that's the reality of it. Picture I saw from Florida. She's quite attractive. Make sure you hide your jewelry and silver. Come on, Carlos. God damn. And ain't none of us models anyway. You know, I mean, this is the thing that you know, this is the thing that I say. Deborah Daly, I hope you have a good 2015. Also, Sugarcane and Mama Beth. So I try to kind of split the upright, split the middle of all this stuff that's gone down. Yeah, so there it is. There's Greg's take on it. So, you know, basically, if I want Greg to be my moderator, then I have to give him a hand to, I have to give him the independence to moderate it, because everybody tells me I don't pay enough attention to the side chat, and I'm over watching. It's sometimes difficult on a stream when you have, you know, 200, 250 people on a stream. It gets kind of crazy. So I don't think Greg's out of control. I think of all the moderators on in the YouTube and the voice sphere. Hello, Scottish. I think Greg is the most seasoned of all of them. That's it, Tilly Mae. It ain't that deep. Yeah. Hey, how you doing, Vinny? I agree with that. I think you know, it gets spooky when Dave says, you know, I'm going to hit the road. I'm going to visit everybody. And like I said, for Jen and I, we're like, we don't, it, you know, for us, it's fine. We open our own. We have confidence that nobody's that much of a nut job on YouTube that they're going to go postal, you know, you're going to go postal on you. But for other people that are very protective of their privacy and have not had public presences on YouTube, it can be very disconcerting to think that there's a great unknown out there in the world potentially watch. It's very unsettling. It's very uncomfortable. And this is on a Boyd that's used to just about anything down here. Small enough to knock on gun owners' doors by surprise. Well, we're not going to shoot anybody for just showing up. Hey, Diesel Twin Turbo, that's for sure. Call buy MB's bloomers and call it a year. These crackpots are making all that shit up. Yeah, you see, this is what I mean, though, Dr. Spew. It's if for me to get in there, YouTube is not a court of law; it's a court of association. And I don't want to have to pretend that I'm some type of judge to decide who's right and who's wrong, because there's been a lot of bad stuff, bad stuff done. Yeah, I will. So that's the way I feel about it, just to explain that. Shoot them in the front on your property, self-defense. That's gonna leave a mark on my lawn. But that's scary stuff. A lot of people have personally voiced to me, you know, that bad stuff is stalkerish behavior, kitten cat. Whether you choose to face it or not is not relevant to my own way of thinking here. You can mask it, you can paint any kind of face on it, but we have ears on Boyd. We've heard the things. What am I going to cook if we go to dinner? We're going to go to the nicest steakhouse in town, and I'm going to have a ribeye steak. That's my bottom line. That's my bottom line. Dr. Spoo says they all invited Dave. Well, we heard Dave on the Hangouts talking about, woo, I'm going to visit every one of you and roll up outside of your door and take my videos. And I heard some blowback from that. Prime rib is your favorite, huh? Throw away the toilet seats. God damn, Carlos. Hey, dirty doggy. You guys are too fucking much. He's operative, man. You know, Missy Jenn and I were excited to get a steak deal. We're happy. I just hope that we can just get things nicer on YouTube for 2019 and just have a big peace powwow, bury the hatchet, and nod in each other's backs and just bring the community together on the peace train. That must be Ricky. Shoot the shit in the house. Hey, Ricky. Yeah, I'm not, that's what I think. Dr. Spew, I agree with that. I'm not worried about physically being hurt by Dave or Becca at all. These are educated, college educated people and Christians, one would hope, and it's not something that ever, yeah, Color My World says it would be easier to have peace in the the Middle East. You guys are too fucking funny. Carlos Martinez, what the hell do you smoke at night? You know? Well, of course, don't. I mean, that Dave's not going to just. Anybody wouldn't just come up and just say, "I'm here." I mean, he did that to Drury, you know, which was disconcerting to Drury. Yeah, that's fine, Dr. Spew. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. So I'm not, hey, Odame. So I'm not, you know, once again, I'm extending. If anybody comes to visit us, that's fine. Who says they educated? Well, you can tell by the way that they talk. Yeah, I don't see him never physically doing that, you know? No, I haven't. It's a puzzle box. Have you ever smoked truck or meth? What the fuck? Yeah, I'm sure, you know, that Drury's just the kind of guy that can do stuff on the fly too. Puzzle box. I love Odame. Carlos, it's a new year coming, Carlos. Come on. Ain't none of us models in life. Yeah, I think he will, Joe Smith. But I don't want him to feel like he has to stretch out to see us, because if I would stop in and see everybody on YouTube myself. So it's not something that you got to get stretched out. I don't know, Tilly May. You know, he's met Blue Waffle. I don't know what other people he has met. I think he's going to meet Joe Romano down in Beverly Hills. He'll have a good time down there. Joe Romano is a well met guy and seems like a very nice guy. We got Oda Mays Brown's New York attorney in the chat. Did you see the latest troll, the Assyrian Secret Service? Ricky smoked corn. You see the one with the Elvis taken from my video at the gun range, the Assyrian Secret Service. Yeah, Dave met Deb the RN, and then I guess we have to check under the floorboards. What the hell happened to Deb the RN? Huh? What happened to Deb the RN? Let's see. Oda May said Rosa Marshall wants me to have a steak with him in Chicago, so I'm going to meet him. But Carlos Martinez Resurrected is coming with me. Yeah, pick up King of All Things too, Oda May Brown. He's kind of a hood rat. Yeah, his shooting stance was awesome. There's Kitten Cat again. Yeah, I mean, what the big mystery? Where did Deb the RN go? Hmm? On a late night in the Iowa cornfields surrounding Des Moines, police were dispatched on a hunt. Why does everybody always ask me how tall I am relative to Mark? Okay, so Deb is going to, oh, she's going to the RTRs in Arizona. Good for her. Okay, she's traveling. Cool. Well, that takes care of that. There we go. Touch of schizophrenia. I am 5 feet 6 inches tall. Elvis is, he's no shorter than 5'7.5". Carl's out of control too. He says he's 5'9". I'm 5 feet 6 inches tall. I mean, Joey D's in here. Just had dinner. Treated him to his birthday dinner tonight. Missy Jenn's 5'9". Anybody sees me standing next to her knows I'm about 2 to 3 inches shorter than she is. I mean, ever see Greg Campbell like? Oh, okay. Thank you, Dr. Spew. Appreciate that. Hey, Nippy, Janie, Happy New Year to you. Hi, Pam. How are you, beautiful? Happy New Year to you, Janie. I hope you have a wonderful one. You and Nippy. Oh, okay. Well, I just wanted to make sure she was okay. I was just joking about being under the floorboards of the townhouse in Des Moines. But I think it's fair enough. I mean, Mr. G likes you. Ooh, how do you like that, Mr. G? I like Mr. G too. Yeah, Pam, you're doing great. Yeah, Mr. G, I like Mr. G. My Hawaii Mr. G. I can't wait to meet him over in Hawaii. 3 feet. How you doing, Pam? Can't wait till you go live again. Nice to see you. Cornfield somewhere more like it, huh? Let's see. Greg Campbell, I'm going to send you a link. I want you to come on and explain to people the way that you moderated chat, since you're really the most senior moderator of anybody on the board. Let me, I just sent you a link. Why don't you come on and tell people what you think or how you do things and your thoughts on running chat. Steak. Hey, steak ain't cheap, Carlos. Never look a gift steak in the mouth. Okay. I'm cheery, Tilly Mae. I'm cheery. Let's see. Yeah, it's nice to see Pam. Yeah, let's get Greg on here a little bit.
All right, I'm here.
Yeah, this is my moderator, Greg Campbell. I can't believe anybody wouldn't know Greg Campbell.
Hi, everybody. If you don't know me, my name's Greg Campbell. Hi.
I met Greg through the prepper community, and when did I get laid this afternoon? I'll never tell, but I met Greg through the prepper community, and I originally had Aaron the bagel maker was my mod when I was starting for, I don't know, 6 to 8 months or so. And then I met Greg through the prepper community in 2015, and basically he's been my moderator ever since. And Greg, maybe you could explain some of your thoughts on how you think a channel, what do you think a moderator should do?
Oh, well, thanks for putting me on the spot tonight.
Well, I'm on the spot. You might as well roll with me here. I mean, you have some strong ideas, and you're not weak on opinions. You're a strong person. You stand your ground.
That's true.
You're a lot stronger than I am, and you know, you have definite opinions. You know, Dave and Becca got the boot that night. So, you know,
Yeah.
just
All right. The way my thoughts on how to moderate a channel. First off, you have to understand the channel. You have to be in there for a while, understand how people communicate, what's going on, who are the problem people, who are not the problem people. And then you can start to step in. That's first off. Second off, if you're a mod, if you boot somebody, then the person that owns the channel has to trust that.
or you don't have a mod, you know, or you're just back on your own at square one. And I mean, Greg will tell you, my mods have been my streams are the worst ones to moderate on, because you don't get a moment's rest. I mean, sometimes we're rolling 200, 250 people on chats, and you're kind of responsible for what's going on that side chat. So it's not a fun job. You know, it's not a fun job at all.
It can be a fun job, but yeah, most of the time it's just work. Yeah, you have to read every comment. You have to be focused on the side chat and the live chat. Yeah, it can get complicated. It can.
Yeah, so there it is. So that night, I just think that Greg made a decision that just for the health of the chat going forward, that it wouldn't be a lightning rod for a lot of BS. Then he just decided, yeah, mods are very important. You know, he's a great. I think he's the best in the business. I really do think he's the one I always, you know, expand ranches. You can track ranches. People get mad. They get mad at you know, Greg over the years, and he, as he always says, address your comments to me. I'll be glad to hear them if you want to talk about moderating a chat and all that. So, yeah, he's a stand-up guy.
And you know, I've booted you off your own channel before, Rosie. If Dave wants to get all fucking bent out of shape about me booting him and Becca once, it wasn't once. It's like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah. I did have the distinction of being booted off my own chat several times. Yeah, Dr. Spoo said not so much mad, but heartbroken. Well, maybe you know, maybe things can be better for coming up. I mean, I don't know. You know, so you know, who knows what the future holds. I keep hoping that yeah, you have to trust your mods. I keep hoping that 2019 will be a better year.
We all do. Yeah.
Yeah, and the people will get along better. But I cannot yeah, I mean, it's Dr. Spew says he was okay with it, but he's protective of his wife. I understand that. Hey, Goldie, you know, it's unusual we get a husband and wife team here on YouTube. So I can understand that instinct of feeling somewhat insulted, but you know, you have to understand things from Greg's point of view, that he's looking at things to protect a chat, the integrity of the chat, so it doesn't become a lightning rod.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Cupcake. Well, we may very well meet them at a restaurant, so that would be fine. You know. Thank you.
That's the mod's job, to take the fucking flack off of you. I mean.
Yeah.
And the panel.
Yeah, Marshall was trying to sell ranches. Well,
hey,
he'll never have a chat that.
If anybody is thinking about being a mod, don't do it if you want to get popular. It's not going to happen.
Sue Pete. Yeah, Greg is awesome. I happen to think he's the best mod in the business, and I always come back to Greg, and it hasn't always been something that. We'll talk about. It hasn't always been something that Greg has been wanting to do, and you know, on a couple occasions I had to talk him into taking up the wrench again and doing it.
Only twice. Only twice.
Yeah, he said, "You take the wrench. I don't want it anymore." So
Yeah.
it just goes to show you, a lot of people think having a wrench is a great thing, and it's not really that great of a thing when it gets down to it.
No, it's not.
Yeah, Greg always has bad days and starts kicking people out of spite. Well,
Yeah.
that's
I've
called
always done
that's called good content, right, Carlos?
that.
Most everybody likes Greg.
Carlos, don't take it personal, dude. Don't take it personal. I was not having a bad day. Yep, I'm drunk with power, JK. I am. I have so much power down here on the bottom of YouTube.
Yeah, mods get a lot of heat, and Greg and I, we've had our heated moments behind the scenes too, and after chats, and we've gone at it a little bit ourselves, huh? That's right, Goldie. It ain't easy being Burger Planet's mod too, but Greg, we've gone at it. I mean, it's not all
Oh yeah,
roses and butterflies. So that's for damn sure. I mean, Greg is, I had it out with my friends and exactly how they felt about things. So they're not shy about.
Somebody tell me somebody you've been friends with for 4 years you never had a fight with. I don't think it exists. It doesn't. Oh,
Yeah, banning is useless to people who shock multiple accounts. Well, I'm lucky. Most of the people that have multiple accounts, that they don't really. This is not Elvis chat, okay? I'm not pissing people off in a general way. I mean, Elvis, he tries to stir that up so that you'll create multiple. The more accounts you create to sub to Elvis, the more views, the more people. He's one that's doing stuff strictly for views. It's all a business for him. So the more you can get people to create those accounts and come in, the more subs he has and things. That's all he cares about. So he'll alternately, have people. He'll unban people, then ban them again, and then unban them. So they have to create new accounts and do all that. Yeah, your mods handle it. Yeah, Meow Meow said you're on the cusp of pissing people off. I can live with that, kitten cat, because I don't know. I know there's nothing I've done that to piss people off.
I'm not a legend. I'm not famous. Infamous, maybe. All these people in the side chat. I'm not that great. I'm not. I'm just a regular guy.
Patty says, shoot the shit would never have someone tell you they were showing at their house.
Well,
yeah, thank you, Goldie. I appreciate that. Goldie,
make it
big time mod that has to mod a big channel and stuff, and does a wonderful job on that. So this is my equivalent, my Greg Campbell, my Goldie in here.
All right, Dr. Spew. First you said I love Becca, now you want to know why I hate Becca. Make up your mind. I don't really give a shit about Becca one way or the other. I don't.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, to tell you the truth, I don't think Greg has ever gotten that involved with what went over at Dave's, to tell you the truth. I mean, he was out the door early on, and I don't give a fuck about all that stuff going on.
Nope.
We have a breakfast. We have the place called Adele's, and we have Sam's here. Oh, he said you used to love her. I don't know if Greg.
I might have said, "Hey, love you, Becca," on a side chat. Doesn't mean I love her. Does not mean I love her.
Yeah, I'm not sure Greg's ever lovey-dovey on. Greg likes his bottle on chats and shit. That's what Greg.
I do. Yep.
If it's a good hangout, it's 1/5 of booze. If it's a bad one, it's 1.5 for Greg.
Or a half gallon sometimes.
Or a half gallon. Ro, do you share your super chat money with Greg for the hard work that he does? No, I don't.
No, she doesn't. Never got paid a dime for modding for Rosie, ever. Would not take it if she offered it.
Let's see. Be nice on there, Juan Smith. This is Pam is a very good friend of mine. Okay. And I applaud very much. Hey, Crystal says so. Can I get a little Rosie jiggle? There you go, honey. Good for you. Happy birthday. Yeah, mod isn't a paying gig.
Yeah. It's what you
It's
do out of love.
There's a tiny bit of reflected glory if people come to the channel, but believe me, that reflected glory lasts about 2.4 milliseconds, and that's about the end of it. And Greg can tell you that. I haven't even rewarded Greg. He's been waiting 3 years for his bottle of moonshine. Still hasn't come his way, but we do have the box for it now. We do finally have that. So
we got a box now. Okay, cool.
Yeah, we got to. Well, it's got to go well packed. I don't want it to break. Can you imagine in a delivery truck if that breaks? Hey, Cupcake. Yeah,
that would break my heart. If I got a soggy box, that would break my heart. It would. I'd still squeeze the cardboard into a glass, though.
Dirk Diggler. Remember when you took Greg's wrench away and he cried? Well, we all cried. You know what? Greg was very happy that the wrench has disappeared. Okay, there you go, Chris. Thank you, Crystal. And happy. You know, Greg didn't complain one bit about that. He was happy.
Yeah, I was like, woohoo! I get a break. I get a fucking break.
Wrench-free zone.
And then she drugged me back in.
I drug him back in again. Because, you know, there's the old saying, things go better with Coke. Well, things go better with Greg. And that's the bottom line. I know he hates to hear that, but things do go better with Greg.
Tell that to my wife.
Yeah, Bully, did he go to your house? Bully, did he meet you? Hey, Chad.
What's up, Chad? Dirk Diddler. God. It's been a long time. Where the fuck have you been?
I love these names. Okay, you didn't meet him yet. You know, Kat had video of, she thought it was Dave's truck outside of her place down there. What would that be? Cupcake said, Rosie, can you do me a favor? I don't have any makeup on, so, well, I did.
No makeup.
I did throw some lipstick on. Are you going to complain, Cupcake? Greg, is Berg still done with you?
I fucking hope so. I really hope so.
Yeah, thank you, Goldie. It's been a lot of fun. If you have a chance to look at last night's stream, was really epic. Let's see. Addie said, "Don't ride in a car with Dave. His wife will crash the car." See, I never got involved in watching all of that. It was like a show with no end. It wouldn't end. Well, that's what I'm saying. I didn't think it was. I'm just saying. Thank you, Pam. Love you.
I did watch the video, and yeah, I think it's fake.
Yeah, I can do that, Cupcake. I sure can. But you know, Greg, honestly I lost interest in that stuff because it just seemed like a house of pain every day. That man, every day there would be another video going up, and some of them were really bitter, and it's like, wow, this is, I didn't sign up on YouTube for this stuff. This is really getting into the spooky realm of
well, the thing is, Dave's only been around for less than 2 years, and he came on, his whole thing was to get rid of Elvis, and he fucked that all up. By the numbers, he fucked that up. And after that, I lost interest. He didn't deliver him what he promised.
Yeah, so, you know, but as you know, the tenor in August and September, Greg, was so bad. I was worried that somebody might get physically hurt or assaulted.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody might actually, something might spin out of control at a meeting, and somebody showed up outside of somebody's house, and then the next thing you know, somebody on here got shot or something. My goodness. I mean, how would we all feel about that?
Yeah, that would be awful. It would.
No matter who it is, Dave or EBS or Jack Sparrow, I wouldn't want to see anybody on
Wow.
YouTube be hurt. You know?
2015 was bad with the trolls and everything, but
Yeah.
2018 is when you see people getting swatted. You get wellness calls, the police show up at your house, somebody calls your work, and it goes into your personal life. It went out of YouTube into your personal life. That's bullshit.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's just one thing that I tell people that do come on the YouTube. They always wonder, should I come on? Should I have a public presence? Should I come on cam? And I say, look, I'm not going to think any less of you if you don't come on cam and you never show your face. Because you do take a risk that you're going to make somebody mad, and it's going to be, you know, you might have personal hell to pay in your life. And there was some personal hell paid this summer on a professional working level and everything else. Yeah, it could very well happen, Pam, to Mama Bear, because she's got to be able to disengage. That's right, Goldie. You know, Mama Bear has the chance every night to ignore and put it into ignore mode and not talk about it anymore. But Mama Bear enjoys equally engaging in that activity. And all that does is create a more inflamed situation. Yeah, the views go in, but somebody's going to get hurt. You had the cops at her place. I mean, I've had the cops here before. I mean, remember, you're broadcasting to a lot of people out there, right, Greg? And you don't know, it's the ones that you don't know that you never see a word posted, the ones that you worry about.
Yeah.
If you're irritating somebody and really,
It's the ones that don't say anything that just show up on your front door. Yeah.
And you don't know who in the hell it is, and that's it. Yeah, I hope so, Pam. I mean, I really like the way, Pam, that you you know, you took the high road and you know, moved away from, you know, to get to positive hangouts and to do fun things, and now you're on this health improvement kick. Clean out the spare room. And on my way. I'm lactose intolerant and I like Mountain Dew. You're always welcome here.
Right on, Tucker.
You're always welcome here, Tucker. Joe Smith, I think we're okay here. You know, I mean, what happens happens. I've been here too long I'm too public to to really be too, you know, you got to live your life too. How old is Becca? Anyone know for sure? I have no idea, Tilly. I have no idea. Probably in her early to mid 40s. I'm not sure. Are you going to crash on the floor, Carlos? We do have a blow-up bed here. I can stick Tucker in my bed. You know? Oh.
Rosie would tuck Tucker right in her bed.
Yeah, Tucker's last night on planet Earth. That old ticker be. Yeah, you're gonna come live in the Shine Chat. Cupcake, you do some awesome videos. I like it when you put up cooking videos. Yeah, I got enough neighbors and a mouthpiece. Drag on Josita. Dag on Josita. What does that mean, Carl? Can you translate Carl for me, Greg? You know Carl speak.
Dagon Josita means damn Rosie.
Oh, damn. Oh, he's saying damn Rosie. Okay. Damn.
Hey, Diesel. Long time no see.
Yeah, I'm not sure, Tilly May. It's another thing that I just never got involved in. I mean, Becca communicated to me privately early on before things went public. You know, and I keep my mouth shut about stuff. It's not my business. So, Pam, because a lot of people really like you. That's why.
Yeah, Pam, everybody loves you. And it's an exercise video. You're
I'm
doing good. You're doing good for yourself. Why would anybody hate on that?
Me and Bobby will be in the background doing like spare zombies in a movie.
Oh, damn.
Bobby will love hearing that, Tucker. Oh man.
Tucker, you're funny as fuck.
Well, Greg, I guess I'm going to go ahead. I put out what I wanted to say here just to answer to Dave and make it crystal clear. I welcome anybody here on the Rancho, but please don't couch it like you're doing me an enormous favor if you show up here. Okay. I welcome everybody, but I welcome especially people that don't make a point of saying I accept you, but just de facto accept and come. You know what I mean? I don't want to be like somebody's doing you a favor if they do the journey, and then later it blows up in your face that I did this and I did that. I'd rather just not meet up. And I would just rather wish you great health and a great 2019, and enjoy Southern California. There's a lot to see down there. You come up here, we have our rainy season, you'll be very welcome. San Francisco is a beautiful place to visit, but I just want to say, come with a heart and not feeling like you're, doing me a favor or anything like that. Okay. Because I open my door to everybody. Okay. So
right on, right on.
With that, Greg, I'm going to go ahead and, close this off, and thanks for coming on just to explain a little bit to people at the mod side.
No problem, Rosie. And on that note, before you leave, can I say just one thing about the new mod, Tom?
Of course.
I'm getting a lot of people talking to me about the new mod. Listen, Tom's been around since 2014. He's been on Rosie's channel for a long time. He's not very vocal. I am not able to be around on all of Rosie's hangouts. I'm here late night. I'm not here during the afternoon, during the mornings. I'm not. So just give him a chance. He's new to it. It's going to take him a little bit to learn the community and, who to mod and who not to mod. Give him a break.
Yeah, there's a mod called Tom Finland. It's been on my channel for quite a few years, and he comments on many of my videos, and he particularly always enjoys the live streams and out and about. So I asked him, because he's always there in the afternoon and Greg can't always be there on the those chats, I needed somebody that's always in those daytime chats, and that's Tom Finland. And Greg will get him whipped into shape with an understanding, and he will learn himself what goes and what doesn't. This is a very high tolerance channel here for people on the chat, so he will get that.
And I think Tom's doing a great job so far. I mean, he's new to it, but first couple of days, I think he's doing a great job. I do.
Yeah, so let's give him a chance. All right, everybody, thanks for listening, and have a wonderful night. Thank you again, Greg, and side chat.
Love you, Rosie. Talk to you soon.
All right, hon.